Hello, guys. Hello, hello, hello. It is High Priestess Jamila. How are y'all? Happy Monday to y'all. I wanted to come and speak my mind on the little girl that was murdered on the 4th of July over here in Atlanta. And I came to speak for the spirits. So I'm going to give you guys a couple of minutes to get in here because YouTube acts like they don't know how to use my or send out my notifications. By the way, guys, my new channel picture, I use the original for the thumbnail of this particular video. I actually edited that photo because I wanted it to look like that because the lighting was bad. The lighting was bad when I took the picture. It was kind of dark in here when I took the picture. And so I wanted to make it, look good for the channel art. And I think it does look good. I think it's a whole purpose of the way that I have it, in my channel profile. But that's the original, okay? Just to let you guys know. Anyway, there was a little baby that was murdered, 8 years old, in Atlanta. And you know what? They're saying that it was a protester or something. They're saying that it was like a Black Lives Matter person or something that killed that baby. I told y'all, you know what I want to say about it? Is that now, if you notice, there's not going to be a whole lot of outrage. It's not. It's no, there. It's not going to be a lot that is said about her. And I have honestly, guys, and it is quite disturbing, which is why I tend to stay away from people's channels that are like that. I know that I went through some stuff. I think, you know what I think? I think that the issue on YouTube, and then I'm going to get back to what I was talking about, was that I think heartbreak is horrible. I think that people that have had their heart broken, or running around here talking about who they don't want to date, who they will date, I feel like it's a temporary, like, sort of temper tantrum that people are having. I just know that for me, I just want to date somebody that'll put up with my ass. Hello? I ain't picky about nothing. But if you can put up with me and if you can deal with all of the freaking man, I come with a lot of baggage. If you think of it as baggage, you can either choose to think about the baggage that comes with me or not. So, hey Lady Vaughn, happy Monday. How you doing? So guys, this little baby was killed. Um Coincidentally, right down there at the same place that the black man was killed over by the Wendy's. What is up with that area? It's got to be something going on with that area. Something is going on. Some kind of portal done got opened to something over there because why would it be the same location where this other guy was killed? That's weird. Anyway, this is a sign. I think that as adults, we're going to have to say, you know what? Let's do what's best for the children. Because now little babies, like they've been getting killed, but this little baby got killed literally, and her life is just cut short because of a silly argument over petty differences. This is what it boils down to it. It really is time for us to start doing what is right for the future, for our kids. Like, I could not imagine. Like, I think there's a lot of people that feel that there's no future for our kids, but I don't think so. I don't agree. I think that if you have that attitude and you actually, that's actually how you feel, and you have children, then your children, unless they are not strong enough, will not survive that situation. You know what I'm saying? I think that every adult, even those without children, needs to start thinking about a better future. A better future. That's something I will never give up on. When everybody else is giving up on humanity, I'm going to say, you know what? I believe that there can be a miracle that can happen, but I just think that's so sad when I saw that today. And then the fact that it happened in Atlanta, which is literally less than 30 minutes. I think Atlanta is what, 20 or 30 minutes from where I live. And it's just, it's very unfortunate that innocent people are being killed because of what? What are you fighting for? What is it? What is it? God. You're fighting and arguing literally over nothing. It's literally nothing, and people are losing their lives. And I can tell you this: spirit ain't happy. Spirits are not happy with the fact that little girl got killed. They not happy, and you can tell. You're gonna notice that I think that there should be some kind of reward for that little girl's family. I think that they should, you know, do something to support them. I think that we should do something as a community to support that mother that has to bury her 8-year-old child. Okay, and I mean, of course, we're not going to see 16 million come in for this little baby, which it should be. It should be that way. But for some reason, it seems like they have just forgotten all about these innocent, vulnerable kids out here that are depending on us to make the right decision as adults. Okay, I always say that as long as the adults are teaching the children correctly, it's gonna be okay. When you got an adult that is not teaching the children, that is not doing anything, that is actually encouraging them to be destructive, to be vile, then this is what's going to come out of that. We need to really, really start teaching our kids to be better people. Okay, and you know what? Teach yourself to be a better person. Cause I just to think that we would like we can somewhat control for the most part we can control the environment of our home. But that's it. Like, I was thinking about going to the aquarium and stuff like that. Are we safe? Are we under terrorist attack? Are we under terrorist attack right now? Is our government now working with terrorists? I mean, I really want to know because I still am questioning why we have all of these systems and programs into place, but we can't stop little babies from being murdered. Why are the taxpayers spending all of this money to go towards protecting us and we still have the problem? That's just like, why do we have charities? Why do we have programs and stuff for people that are less fortunate, but those people are still less fortunate? I just don't get it. I really don't. And so obviously the current system is not working. Obviously this current program that we're under is not working. So then what is going to make it work? You have got to first start clearing people of their moral shit, and we cannot have people running around here. You know what pisses me off about abortion and child sacrifice is that too many people think they got the right to talk about it. But we talking about it. We're talking about it, especially but the people that shouldn't be talking about it are talking about it because they don't care. You know what I'm saying? So we got to first start as a human race to realize how fucking immoral it is to abort a baby. That's where we need to start right there. Right there. Right there. And if you do it, please don't take it for granted. Please stop doing that. That's going to be the first step, is the fact that we have to realize that we don't have the right to do that. Not actually. And so I think that it has broken so many people morally to where people, they have gotten you desensitized to all of this stuff. They have. And it just is, for me, I'll never become desensitized to it, but I do know how to control my emotions when it comes to it, because I know that a few months ago, like I went off. I still get Amber Alerts on my phone. I still, there was one not too long ago a lot of the dirty, disgusting stuff is gonna have to stop. And I think that the first step is gonna fucking be outlawing religion. Y'all want to stop seeing people die and get killed, then you've got to shut down the churches. And I know they're going to be upset about me saying that, but it's the truth. It's the truth. Because right now, everybody spiritually and mentally, they act like they all came from Sunday school, like they don't know no better. And I think that you have to take it a lot. We as a society have to evolve and take it a step further. And what is really happening? I mean, what is really going on? And I can definitely see it, but there is I think that the church is who's running the fucking shadow government. I'd say that's your shadow government is the church. And I'm not talking about like you average churches out there that are trying to fucking make a difference in your neighborhood and in your communities. I am talking about the church. First of all, they need to go down there. They need to arrest everybody at the Vatican. Everybody that works at the Vatican, the preacher, the pastor, all of them need to be arrested. They all need to be under scrutiny. Every last one of them, because what is going on? That's really what I believe. Because, okay, it's like common sense. You read a Bible, the Bible kind of mirrors what's going on. We're not mirroring the universe right now. We're not. That is a mirror of us. We are living in the head. We are literally living in the head of somebody that created that religion. And it's been 1,000 years. Somebody that created that. And I think people are afraid. People are afraid that if we do, you know what I'm saying, live in a different consciousness, that something's gonna happen, and it's not. It was always meant for our conscious to shift. It was not meant for us to live in the past. Every time you open up that Bible, you're going to have a past life regression. Every single time, because of when the Bible was written, it shouldn't have been copied so many times. It was copied. They cut down trees to make the Bibles and stuff. And it's really bad. It's really bad. I mean, when you think about it, that book is probably the most printed book. That book is taking up all of the trees. It's taking a lot of trees to print that book. It's just a grimoire, in my opinion. Not trying to speak out against Christians or anything like that, but it's the truth. It's the truth. Okay? And at some point, people are going to have to admit it. Because there used to be a time when the person that wrote the Bible would give the Bible to people that couldn't read the English language. Couldn't read the language. Well, it was written in a different language at first. So you were holding a book, and again, stop talking about burning the Bible. People burning Bibles is the problem. You don't burn a spell book. You don't burn it. Okay, so that's not what people should do. Bury it, maybe. Bury it. Contain it. Maybe even, I wouldn't say throw it in the ocean. But, don't burn it, because that'll set those spells active. Hey, Kelly Go. Oh, we're talking about the Bible and the little baby that was killed and why I think she was killed. I mean, when you think about it, whoever shot that little girl, they probably was thinking about the Bible, and the Bible said, dash kids with rocks. That's exactly what they're doing when they shoot a child or when they shoot another person. When you think about it, you're supposed to be a child of God. I'm a child of God, so we're all children anyway, right? But, that's what they're doing. That was them saying dashing kids with rocks and dashing people with rocks. That is a bullet. That's a bullet that they're talking about. But it's just, primitive talk. But they're talking about bullets. And I think that we got to get it contained. Yeah, over here in Atlanta on the 4th of July. Hey, Amina Moore. I was just talking about that little baby that had gotten killed over in Atlanta over the weekend, over the 4th of July weekend, and talking about how sad it is that, we are literally living in the mind of whoever wrote that Bible. That's what we're doing. And I hate to say it, listen, I have met Wiccans and I have met pagans that, have more of a peaceful energy. So you got to think about if you are just an average Christian or Catholic, which Marie Laveau was Catholic. She was raised devout Catholic. So we're not talking about you individually, but you got to think of the people that have used this religion to hurt people, and they justify it. They justify it. They don't care. They will go, except when something happens to a man. Now, I wasn't really talking, y'all. I was, oh my God, yesterday when I was doing that live that I did, I had just cleaned out my closet and it was so, oh my God, just spiritually, like y'all have no idea how I felt. I had to tell y'all about that later, about how my spiritual gifts have increased so much to where, I'm actually ready to go and investigate haunted houses. And I already do it. Like basically that's how I get a lot of my clients, is through their house hauntings. I don't just advertise on YouTube. I advertise in other places where if people are having supernatural disturbances, I will investigate those. So I already do them. I just do them over the phone. But I would like to go to a place where something has happened and actually see what I feel and what I see. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be so fun. It wouldn't be fun obviously when I'm going through those experiences, but like I had like 500 petitions just in a duffel bag. I had done so much spiritual work when we were staying in the hotel for 4 months. I had done so much spiritual work. I had all of these petitions that needed to be burned. And so I went ahead and burned them. And of course, I spoke protection, but it doesn't matter. Those are past petitions. They have to be burned. But I would love to do that because I could just feel all of the energy from back then. I felt all of the energy, like I went through like this time warp to where I went back to the hotel for a second. It was so interesting. So, people with spiritual gifts, it really is real. And I think that we're useful. I think that when they told you to kill all the seers and the psychics, I think they were trying to tell you to kill the people that can fucking help you. No, we're not always accurate. No, we're not. We're not. But look at how much stuff we are accurate about. Look at all of the predictions that we've made. If you listen to your personal readings. So I think that was said purposely. It was said purposely. Okay. And this is not just so that Jamila can come on here and sell readings. This, because I could be selling real estate right now. And that's actually a field that spirits chose for me, in addition to the fact that I could open up my own witchy business. But when I started out trying to go in real estate, and I realized I had some spiritual work to do before I could even touch that field. I had some spiritual work to do because they had literally invaded my house. Literally, not the house, the physical house on earth, the upper one. The imprint that I made when I was born. So that's why I always look at you guys as birth charts. If you guys have like issues and shit, like I swear to Goddess, I can help you. I wouldn't be on here doing this if I couldn't. You know what I'm saying? And when when my spirit guides give me a ritual to do, you know what I'm saying? And they say, hey, you need to offer this because this is what's going on. Literally, I realize what high magic is. So, and I will talk about that later. But it's a lot of stuff that's going on that people are not seeing. And circumstances change. Okay, I know that for me, when I see something, I always make sure that I do something to change it. So if I see something in your reading, we can always change it. And it ain't always that I see something bad. I don't always see bad stuff. I don't always see that. You know what I'm saying? But when I do see something that could be coming up in the future, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna let you know. So, but what I do know is that if we don't start to meditate, um, fire is going to be very important. Which is why if you look at the end of the Bible in Revelations, it's fire everywhere. Fire. Because fire is cleansing. It doesn't mean that the entire earth is going to engulf in flames and burn up. That's not what that means. That is never going to happen. God loves us way too much to do some shit like that. Now I know it's a lot of y'all that are very adventurous and y'all want to see some stuff like that. It's like I don't want to see a big red monster come out of the sea. We do see a big red monster coming out of the sea, the sun. Like if you're looking at the sea and the sun rises, you're going to see red in the sky and it's going to look red everywhere. So I think that maybe that's what they were talking about. Maybe they felt like that was the end of the world. I have no idea, but I do know with exact certainty that we won't see an end of the world. It don't even work that way. It don't work that way. It doesn't. Okay. And I think that with some of us, before something like that happens, God will switch us to a different reality. The guardian angels, they do that. Most of the some of the people, not some of us, but some of the people, especially people that have been shot, they already gone. Spirit will come and the angels are already there. So I can tell you that with that little girl that she did not suffer. That little girl that was murdered, it was over quick. And she's already been sent to another reality where she's happy. She's playing with the angels. She is smiling and she's in a good place. Even though she does miss her mommy, what she will do is come back. So I can sense that little girl, she wants to come back. She will come back. She's either going to be reborn, or what happens, and I shit you not. Sometimes what happens is that you just come back. You don't necessarily have to be born as a child to come into this reality too. So this is called time travel. Very complicated the way things can happen. It depends on the person. It really does. It depends on the person. Okay? Yeah. Oh, really? So they're seeing the bottom of the lakes and the rivers and stuff. I'll have to look that up. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It is definitely something in the air. I could feel it ever since the 4th of July. Um Things are moving slow. I'm still waiting on packages. And I know they'll be here, but so I feel like you know what I feel. You know what I'm gonna say. Even though that little baby got killed and that's sad, but I think that we still need to trust whatever this process is that we're going through right now, and just kind of chill out and relax, and everything is gonna be okay. I really honestly believe that. I think that a lot of stuff is slowed down. Like, in fact, they can stop time. They can stop time whenever they want. We had a full moon. The moon was at 100% for 2 days straight. It was a blood moon. So of course you got people that took to the streets with their guns and decided that they were going to start opening fire on people. And I think that that is a part of the confusion and the chaos that we have created, because when you think about it, life and death have always been two different things. Of course, life is the opposite of death, but see, now those things, I mean, just because I'm a medium and I can see the dead and I can hear the dead and I can feel the dead doesn't mean that we're all dead. We're alive. We're very much alive and having this experience. So we can't get it twisted. We can do all kinds of stuff. And really, to be honest with you, it's really about life. It's really not about death. It's really not about death. Death is really just a transition, is what it is. The actual the actual energy behind death is a transition. It is a movement of one time to the other, or from one, when you think about spiritually, you're going from one spiritual plane to another. But what I can tell you is that the reason why many of us fear death is because we don't want to leave this reality, and you won't. If you want this reality, like with me, I love my reality. A lot of people try to make it seem like my reality, something was wrong with it. Well, I'm not going to listen to that. So I'm going to hold on to this reality. And if it's something wrong with it, then I'm going to do whatever I can to fix it. Hold on, y'all. Okay, y'all, I'm back. He up there. Y'all, that boy be up there doing too much. I think that's very interesting. I love when they make new discoveries and stuff like that. I actually love the Discovery Channel and stuff. And I do watch a lot of documentaries. So, yeah. But I do believe that death is scary for people because you love people. Like if you love, the more you love, the scarier you are. But you got to transmute that. You got to trust. You do. Trust is so important. Y'all wouldn't believe, like, people, it was almost a part of culture. It became a part of our culture to not trust. That's not a good energy. And I know, and I'm not saying that you should just, open your door for strangers and stuff like that. That's not what I'm talking about. But sometimes you do. In the movies, movies are movies. I think I'm gonna make it a Netflix day because it's getting ready to rain. And but in the movies, it can be very scary, but you're okay, let me just say this. Your life is like a movie, only you're directing it. That's really what I believe. You're directing your life. When you have children, you have to direct your life and their life as well, but you are literally in control of your life. Nobody else. When people learn that, then that's when they'll start to become a god. That I didn't come to this planet to to not become the god of my own world. Like that makes no sense. Ooh, 1111. Hold on, y'all. I'm making my wish. The portals are open. So mote it be. I ain't gonna tell y'all, that's my little secret. Oh, it's still going. Look, 1111. Y'all make a wish. Or either make an affirmation or whatever it is that you do with portals. I have a specific meditation that I do whenever the portals open. So, but that is very sad. And the mother was speaking out about it and she said, "You killed a baby." Like, I understand why she said that because it is bad because, God only knows who that child was meant to do or meant to be when she got older. She'll still do it because spirits have made a lot, like as we evolve and get worse and society decides to get worse, they create new things, new avenues and doorways are being created every second of the day. It's being created. It is. And I can tell you that The universe can do whatever it wants. Consciousness, your own consciousness can do whatever it wants. And so when you think about it, you know, the little baby is gone. She's 8 years old. She's literally a year older than my son. And, I couldn't imagine what that mother is going through. You know what I'm saying? But I can tell what spirit is telling me, and I didn't even have to throw my cards. That little girl is going to come back, is going to be a baby that is either going to be born to the mother or either to somebody in the family. It's going to look just like that baby. Such a beautiful child. Like when you see the pictures of her, her name is a little difficult for me to pronounce, but you guys can go look her up. She's such a like, and why is it always beauty? These extremely, like when you look at their face, you almost recognize them. But where are you recognizing them from? Our faces, our bodies, our energies, our voices, all of these are things that you may even be familiar with. That's why the people that follow me and like me, they still follow me because, they'll say, oh, I was drawn to you because of your voice, or I was drawn to you because of something you were talking about, or, so, I mean, all of us matter. Everybody matters. Everybody. So there's no, you know what I'm saying? I just have to keep it real that in my heart of hearts, I feel that Black Lives Matter is like a, what do they call it, a psyop or something. It just, something ain't right about it. You know what I'm saying? Because for you to go out there and so you're doing a protest, because I still believe that they're protesting down there in Atlanta. There's still some stuff going on. And I don't live near Atlanta, thank God, but I do believe that it trickles out here because I ran across some not so savory people, and I believe that they were implanted. Somebody sent them. Very unsavory. Made me throw up. Literally. The person started walking towards me. Immediately, my stomach starts to just gag, and I just start to throw up. Now, that's a sign. A lot of people would take it as, oh my God, I threw up, I got sick. No, actually, your spirits prevented you from getting sick, because my body will reject what is not going to serve my divine purpose. And that's sometimes what your protection will do too. So, whatever it was that had jumped in me, my body immediately got rid of it. And it was just like for that whole weekend, I had, because I was actually drained, I was tired, I was dealing with a lot. And, finally I got up, and my sisters actually came over here and helped me. So I love them so much. Scorpio Witch and Outer Banks Witch, they were really there for me when I needed them. You know what I'm saying? That means a lot to me. If you can be like, okay, people that are fake, they gonna always be there when you on top. But who's gonna be there when you going through something? That's how I judge. That's how I judge the people that I want in my life. If I am going through something, are you actually trying to be there for me? I mean, even if we ain't getting along, are you there for me? Are you know what I'm saying? And so if somebody deserted me when I needed them the most, I'm not even going to continue to be mad at them, to be honest with you, because I know that God wanted me to go through that alone. God wanted me to go through that alone so that I could be with my spirits, and that does happen. So sometimes when people do walk away from you, or when people do that, don't take that as a negative. Okay, because the reason why those people had to go, because you needed to be able to listen and hear spirit. Those people was talking too much. They were covering up your third eye, and you had to get away from them, whether or not they friends, enemies, family, whatever. And they can't take it personal either. Why are you taking somebody else's personal spiritual journey personally and making it about you? If you hadn't made it about you, I would have never said nothing about you. So when people literally like the whole Christian thing, mm, no, nobody should be interfering with people's spiritual ascension. Spirits hate that. That's why they doing what they doing. You do not interfere, because that is exactly what those religions have been doing. They have been stopping you from ascension. So a lot of those people, they're experiencing sickness, they're experiencing death because they are stuck. If your body and your mind and your spirit could evolve, 4G, 5G, radiation, fucking corona, can't none of that stuff touch you when you ascend. But you got to cleanse yourself. There's been years and years of damage that has been done to your spirit. So you have to cleanse yourself. Like for me, I've done probably upwards to about, I'm doing 3 different cleanses on myself right now. And I've been a spiritualist hardcore for the past 6 years. So I even still have to cleanse myself. A lot of y'all are working in these hospitals. Y'all going out to these bars. Y'all walking around the streets, and you're not spiritually cleansing yourself. Unfortunately, a shower is not going to be enough. You need fire. And aside from what they told you to do with the Bible, which was to set folks on fire, that wasn't, I mean, that works to kill the demon, but then it kills the person too. So you don't have to kill a person to rid them of demons. You don't have to kill yourself to rid you of those demons. You don't have to. And the person that does have a way is going to have a hard time when you actually get out here and start doing your light work. They are going to come for you, and you're going to be tested in so many ways. I came across so many different demons and spirits, like and just the weird experiences that I have had. Just, and when I say weird, supernatural. You know what I'm saying? Just the things that have happened that I know have happened. It's not going to drive me crazy, because that's the reason why it happened so late in life, so that I would be able to handle it. Because I don't just have one spiritual gift. I don't just have 2 of them. I don't just have 3. I have several. I have spiritual gifts that are that are coming to the surface. Okay? I have spiritual gifts that are coming to the surface that are new. So many of you, especially the crystal indigo children, they can mimic empath, like true empaths. We can mimic whatever energy is present at that time. So empaths can mimic other people's power. So that means that you can absorb other people's power and energy. Of course, if you're an empath and you can absorb energy, you can absorb somebody else's power. So empaths have to be very careful, because empaths can actually turn into vampiric type of people because of their ability to do that. And for me, the reason why I don't do it is because personally, I would, that whole thing, the whole vampiring off of somebody else, you don't necessarily have to do that. I mean, sometimes you have to do it for survival in that moment, but to make it a daily trade of feeding off of other life forms, that would indicate a person that doesn't have a lot of their spiritual gifts uncovered. Maybe they have them. Maybe they're doing the basic. You're still at the basic. That's basic. That's very basic. It's meant to go further than that. So to a lot of the people that are doing these human sacrifices, doing these child sacrifices, you are at the drawing board. You have no idea what else is out there, because you have limited yourself. You have literally limited yourself. You have limited your own abilities. So, that's what that's about. So they can't get up from that. That's why they go out and they kill children. They shot directly at that child purposely. Okay? They surrounded that woman's car and literally shot that child purposely. Didn't shoot nobody else. Nobody else got killed except for that baby. So it was a blood sacrifice. Okay? Blood sacrifices, they're not necessary. They never have been necessary. Never. Yeah, blood sacrifices do work. They do. They work, but I believe that it's temporary. I believe that when you are doing stuff like that, now what I will tell you is that you would have to be somebody that is spiritually uh, knowing. So, for example, if you just randomly go out there and kill somebody, that spirit is coming for you. It's going to come for you. Most people, besides sociopaths, people that completely and totally lack any form of empathy, most people, if they shoot somebody or kill somebody, it's going to haunt them because you did something that you knew that you shouldn't have done, but you did it anyway. And you did it for selfish reasons. You did it to make a point. You did it for whatever reason. But now you're going to have to suffer the consequences. So people that think that there's some people that think that witchcraft is going to stop them from suffering circumstances where they already created a whole religion that was, in my opinion, a witch created that religion. It was a witch. They may not be traditionally what you would consider a pagan witch or a Wiccan witch or whatever, type of witch, but that was a witch that created that. And they created also this person, which is Jesus, that takes responsibility for everything that they did. So supposedly, the harsh part about it is that what they found out is that Jesus don't do that. In fact, everything that y'all know about Jesus is a lie. I don't care what, and they get mad. They get mad when I tell the truth. Well, I can assure you that. So to demonize Jesus is a wrong thing to do also, because Jesus was a very kind, loving person that got demonized and murdered because he was protecting his mother. Okay, that was the person that he had. That was the person that taught him all of his miracles. She taught him to be the person that he was. So when you think about what they actually do, but when you think about reality, when do they get away with it? When did they get away with it? They didn't get away with it. And that is the message, that you don't get away with that stuff. They think that they will. They'll say, oh, well, Jesus will just absorb all my sins. So basically they're saying that they're going to scapegoat. They're going to find something to justify the wrong that they're doing. Okay, because we're all gods. Okay, so when you kill a god, like for me, people know not to try to kill me, because I know for a fact that if somebody were actually to kill me, I believe that the sky would turn red and it would start falling. That's just my opinion. Okay, that's my vision of what would happen, because I know that this seems like grandiose thinking, but I feel that I am among a network of people spiritually gifted that actually are doing work and are important, because this world would literally, like society, would go to shit. We're meant to save society. We don't have to save the world. The earth will be fine, but it's society. Society is where the problem is at. The sun rises, it sets, we can see the moon. The moon was just full. Everything is working properly except for these people in our society that are programmed by these things, that are programmed by the things that you're seeing. All of it was a program. Religion, taught people to turn a blind eye, which they were not supposed to turn a blind eye. What that meant was to keep the third eye covered up. Don't look any deeper into what's going on. Don't actually see the demons that are operating, that are shadowing this situation, that are actually controlling you. That is what they were talking about. They weren't talking about, oh, well, if you see your neighbor about to get killed, you should just turn a blind eye. No, that's not what they meant. If you see somebody that's in need of help, you should definitely help them. Okay, now I'm going to tell you something. There have been people that have been killed helping folk. So follow your intuition. If your spirits tell you don't do it, look, I got too much to do in this physical existence. Now, if I see a child, I'm going to help a child. I'm going to help an adult too, but I don't put myself, I don't think my spirits would even put me in that situation because they keep me in the house a lot. It's not a bad thing that I'm in the house a lot. It's a good thing because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Every time I go, I can tell what's going on in the world every time I go outside. Every time I go outside to go do anything. When I leave my house now, not go outside, when I leave my property. When I leave this house, I can feel everything that's going on in the world. And it does kind of make you feel like you're just looking around like, oh God, what are these people doing? They still don't know. They still don't know. So you can feel the anxiety and the fear. And so for me, I'm an empath. I can feel it. I know where it's coming from because I know I don't have anything to fear, but I don't feel right until I get back home. Like I go out, I just want to come back home. As soon as I go out, that's a sign that something is out there. And it's not a virus is what you think. It's a spirit. So the whole coronavirus, these are spirits. You have to fight the coronavirus, not as a medical thing. That's not a medical thing. None of it is a medical thing. These are entities that can access your body, and the big bad ones, they can't make it into this Earth's atmosphere. They up there. They are up there, bouncing around between Saturn, Jupiter. They are. They are not just doing, a lot of the enemy can't even come into Earth's atmosphere. They would die if they came into Earth's atmosphere. They're literally controlling you from a spaceship up there. They're right by us. They're in a fucking spaceship. This is what NASA's not going to tell you. They not going to tell you, or they can't even see it. I can see it. They're in a spaceship. They are tinkering with the energy and the ebb and the flow of the universe. And so the universe mirrors what's on Earth. So this is the reason why I started cleaning out my house. And a lot of stuff began to, a lot of people think that they're getting stuffed up. Like when you get sick sometimes, like when you get a little cold, that is stuff coming out. Okay? Drink your lemon tea, drink your coffee. Don't even, just do whatever you do. Take your spiritual baths. I know I took one yesterday. Looked like a massacre happened in there. Okay, but those are the things that you have to do. But we do need to start looking and seeing what they're actually doing up in the universe, because that's where they're doing it. They're feeding off of our celestial bodies, our energies. So, I'm going to be offering spell work to where you can clean out your Venus, your Jupiter, because they all around there. They are literally feeding off of your star energy, like all that light energy that exists up there, which we all have it. All of us have it. When you look at your birth chart, that little pattern that your birth chart makes, that is always there. That is always there. And they know it. So that is the difference between high and low magic as well. You can actually clear those entities away from your energy source. So that's a source of energy. So they don't have to come down here. Now, I believe that they probably going to try. When they start to realize that we're protecting that energy, they will come down here. So I believe Mother Earth has a plan for them. So don't be scared of none of it ever. Okay? Because I'm tinkering with the universe right now. I ain't playing with them because I'm tired of it. Your house, why y'all think I finally cleaned up that damn closet? And I've been doing this work. Let me show y'all my candle. And this will actually be offered on Etsy. It'll be offered through my business. If I can flip this damn thing over. Okay, y'all, something happened. Okay, give me a second. So, y'all see this? It's marked with all of the planets. Clear it out. Protect it, especially my Venus. Y'all notice how spirits put that extra thick V right there? See how black it is? Look at that. What the hell is that? What is that? See, that wasn't there at first. What is that? Okay. So, a lot of stuff is happening in the universe right now. And then when you get to that point, because I got to the point where I started noticing that, um, I was like, what is the universe telling me? And it was literally blinking at me. It literally was blinking at me. And it said, I saw something that was hanging out around my Venus. First, I had to get first. We always deal with the moon creatures. We don't think about what is on your Venus. All of those planets make up who we are. It made up our energy when we were born. So, for example, if you have like a Capricorn Venus or a Leo Venus, they might feel that your energy is very a rich source, and they'll be up there feeding. So they are up there, guys. And you know what? They've been finding more UFOs. They're not. Now I'm gonna tell y'all what I do know that's going on that they not talking to y'all about, and they not, because people would freak out because they would tell you it in a very scary way. They would tell you that would cause you to panic. We are actually right now dealing with alien invasion. Yeah, we are. We're always dealing with that, but right now, that's where the spiritual war is up in the sky. That's where it's at, y'all. It's up there. And they literally have targeted different people. And like I said, I've started studying people's charts. So whenever you get a reading, make sure that you guys have your time of births for your reading. You can actually get it on your birth certificate. Okay, now if it's an unknown time, we can get it, we can get it narrowed down. But I prefer to have the exact time of your birth. It does make a big difference. And I don't even, all those explanations and stuff that they have underneath your birth chart when you go and you get a natal chart. I don't even look at that. I look at your pattern. That little thing. Some of the natal charts, it has like this little grid where it'll show you all of your star points. That's what I look at, and I can tell a lot about a person just by looking at that image. I can tell a lot about you, and then you can even see them literally feeding when you stop them from feeding, because doing the physical earthly cleanses is important, but y'all got to work on what's up there too. Oh, do I? Well, yeah, they definitely want us to. They definitely want us to fear them, and yes, they are definitely hanging out by the moon. Okay, so the moon is one of the planets that affects us the most. So that's the one that they use for fear, is the moon. But to actually be able to block and stop your money and fuck with your and tinker with your energy, they don't even, it's not a personal thing. Yeah, like it makes sense for there to be entities feeding off of the universe. That would make sense. Okay, because even on Earth, I mean, we feed off of animals. The animals feed off of the earth. So it would make sense. So that is exactly what's going on. And I want them bastards away from my energy. I don't know about y'all. And like it's not a coincidence. It is not a coincidence that 2 days after, I think it's been like, when did I do this work? About 3 days ago. 3 days later, the whole closet and upstairs is cleaned up. And what does that tell you? Because the universe, again, is mirroring back to us. So that's one of the rituals that I am going to be offering. Okay. Because, and it's all good. It don't even have to be scary, but I will tell you that they are absolutely, the stuff that we're seeing down here, it's the same issue. Okay. Now, I do believe that they may be working in conjunction with the spiritual beings that are able to be on this earth. I believe they might even be invisible. They may even be invisible. Okay, you can't see them, but you can feel them. So they made that movie, The Invisible Man. Our spirit guides are giving us a lot of hints at this stuff, but I do believe that they are invisible, and their spacecraft is probably invisible too. Okay, how would a person be able to get away with doing that? And for some reason, it all revolves around Earth. All of it does. They refuse to leave this solar system. They are all up there, y'all, acting up. So just like okay, let's call them celestial vampires. That's what they are. They're celestial vampires. The same thing with a psychic vampire or an emotional vampire. Okay. And they can go up there. They can see you. They see you because they see your astrological imprint. Okay. That's why astronomy and astrology has been very important. I didn't exactly know how I would get into it, and I'm going to do research and see if other people are looking at it the same way that I'm looking at it. I'll have to double check because I do believe that something is absolutely coming. That's what I need to do today, guys. I need to do that reading for this winter because they're saying that something planetarial is going to be happening this winter. So again, it's not a scary thing, but it just looks scary, but it's really not. So I'm gonna figure that out because it's something about that. Something they have been telling me for about 3 days. They keep saying do a reading on October, November, and December, and see what is going to be going on during those times. So I'm gonna actually do that. I'm gonna actually do that and do what I'm told. Because I know I threw the cards the other day and I was like, well, what messages do y'all have for me? And the compliance card came up. So I think that it's something that they want me to look at or predict about this winter. Now, everybody's going to make it about the election. It is not about the election. It's not. I understand that, the presidents, they want to master that White House. And so, but it's not about the election. In fact, we need to start paying attention to what's going on up there, on some Star Wars shit. We need to figure that out. And this is the reason why a lot of people believe that NASA is full of shit because they have figured out that they are up there. They are up there. And so it may be the reason why the sun seems a little bit harsher because they're up there fucking with stuff. They're definitely messing with Saturn. And that's dangerous for them. They are literally messing with your planetary connection. And that's why those things are mirroring back here to the earth. I see you talk to that Andromedan devil. Look at you, shapeshifter into a reptilian. I see you talk to that Andromedan devil. What the hell? Ooh. I must have irritated somebody. What happened? What happened? This person says that I look like a shapeshifter into a reptilian? Is that what I look like? I didn't think that's what I look like. I know that we all look like aliens to me when you think about it. We are all connected with those stars up there. So, you caught me being a reptilian? Me? What did you see? What'd you see? Because I'm definitely not a reptilian, but I want to know what you saw because, some people see what they want to see. Definitely not a reptilian. I'm more angelic origin. Sorry. So, I don't know. But y'all can tell when I'm talking about something correct because they show up in the chat and they start because a lot of the people that are like I guess supposed to be your enemies, they already know about this. They already know that they're feeding off of your source because they're in contact with those aliens. I just shapeshifted again. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. You said that I remind you of a lady who used to do your hair 100%. You look just like her. Scary. That's why you were saying scary. Her name was Miss Roberta. Once things begin rolling, it can't be stopped. It has to play out. Yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true. So yeah, so that's what I think that witches, we're not necessarily meant to just do earthly magic. We're meant to do that stuff up there, which that is what is considered high magic. And so for me, from here on out, I am no longer ever, if anything happens, I am no longer looking at people necessarily on the earth, but sometimes you do. You have to watch them. But I'm going to be looking up there. Okay. Especially when it comes to the daily, kind of day to day type of situations. You know what I'm saying? I will start looking up higher than what I've been. And it's definitely time. So if you're a witch, it's definitely time for the ascension to happen, for you to start really, really getting up to the nitty gritty of what is really going on and why, you know what I'm saying? Why they're, because, I do very strong magic. My spells are very strong. But even I sometimes run into these things. And so basically what I had to do was I had to tell those damn things, look, the world is supposed to be my oyster. And you have turned me into a thing that you can just feed on. And I need that energy. We need that energy. Okay, let me get rid of this person. Yeah, because now you've started bird boxing because I just, honey, I'm not on that same mindset that you're on, whoever you are. Okay, I hope that you deal with that on your own. Let cruelty, pain, and evil ways follow this villain throughout their days. Reverse the torment they create to turn on them a crueler fate. Now, send it back to you. So, but let me just tell you, evil is knowledge. Any kind of knowledge is evil. So just keep that in mind, that was actually a compliment that person paid me a few minutes ago, because technically the way that they look at it biblically is that if you know anything, then it's evil. So if you just don't know anything, then you'll be fine. But no, that doesn't work. That's not how it works. So we have evolved a whole lot from there. What happened to my chat? I had a couple of people up in my chat, and then I guess the troll came in, and good Lord, what's up, Alyssa? How you doing, sweetie? Good Lord. They might be communicating from their spaceship. Y'all think that them entities up there, they can't type stuff to you? Yes, they can, baby. They can. So they're out there, okay, all the time, and you gotta watch it. You have to watch it. You don't just watch the moon. You watch your entire energy field. That's what they're after. And then, especially depending on, I guess it does depend on the person. I personally feel that everybody is special to themselves. So I feel like as an individual, if you feel like a special person, then you are. So ain't nobody more special or less special than somebody else. So they feed off of all of y'all like that, not just Jamila. They've been up there tinkering around. I can tell you if I throw the cards right now because I can read my entire house. I can see everything that's in it. Okay, everything. That's why when I get done drinking this coffee and I'm a finish cleaning up the house because I cleaned up the entire upstairs. It's just clean. And I got to finish up down here. I did wash the floors and stuff. Um, and that is, again, indicative of what is happening up there. Okay, so we're going beyond the chakras, guys. Even though we're still going to be providing the basic aura cleanses, those are far up shit. That's actually far from basic, because the more and the more you get cleansed and you know what I'm saying, the more you unblock and unlock within yourself. That's the more that you're going to be able to be open and see. So that's why some of the, and you know what? This is one of the reasons whoever made this pagan tarot deck, they're really tapped in, because the star card is a person, they're standing down from earth and they're looking up at the skies and they're seeing like a reflection of themselves in the sky. It would be obvious as to why there would be, either interdimensional beings or entities that would be up there literally feeding off of, just the whole universe. And so this does not just affect one person. This is going to affect a lot of different people. So, I've been looking way up there. And oh yeah, guys, I'm gonna get myself a telescope. It's like a belated birthday gift because I love telescopes, and I would love to have one just in case. Like I just, that would be an excellent way to stargaze. I would just literally sit outside in a chair with my. That would be so interesting. It would definitely be an excellent pastime. But what would I see compared to somebody that is not a spiritualist? I would probably see all kind of shit. And I have seen all kind of weird things. I have actually seen a naked witch on a broom flying across the moon. I have seen that before, just by the naked eye, because you can see the moon just from a naked eye. But when I go outside, like when the sky is clear, you can see so much stuff up there, and it'll literally be like, what is that? And then, but like if you look closer, God only knows what you will see. So, that is my interest. I'm actually going to be doing more and researching more about astrology. And I think that that's ultimately where it's at. I think that once get through all of the earthly stuff, because of course I'll still do the earthly stuff. Of course, the earthly stuff that you do is a reflection of your planets. So, I'm still going to plant flowers, and, I definitely have plans to do a herb garden. Definitely want to do more candle making, and then other stuff, other products that I'm going to be launching, and rituals and stuff. So I'm definitely going to be doing that, but paying a lot more attention to what is happening in the sky. So, yeah. Hey, Linda G. Thank you. Thank you for coming. So, anyway, that I didn't really mean to get off into this, but I guess it was relevant, to the situation. Hey, Hecate showed up. Hello, goddess. How are you? So I think that, and then also, okay, so we're fighting a spiritual battle of our earthly ancestors, but what about the celestial ancestors? They're fighting a battle too. There's still a battle that needs to be fought up there. So I think it's important for us to start focusing on that. So the focus is gonna, I think that is what the Two of Pentacles is about. That is what the Two of Swords is about. That is what the World card is about. It's about as above and so below. So, that is where we're at over here at Divine Services, and we are innovating. For example, you can go and you can get a natal reading. You can get a chart reading. You can go in. I can actually, what y'all need to be asking is, Jamila, somebody is on my house. I have done everything else possible, humanly possible. You have done everything humanly possible. Now, what you have to do? Now you need to look up there and see what's going on, because everybody has a source of their own energy. Everybody has a source of their own energy. Clearly, except for these interdimensionals that are literally going around um, feeding off of. Some people will say that they are the archons. Hold on, guys. Some people will say that they're the angels. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. You can see angels. You can see angels. Angels have a physical form, in my opinion, because I can see them. So I can actually see angels. And then some angels are walking around the earth as in human flesh. So I can see them. It's not the angels. It's not the angels. I trust the angels. I trust them. Everything that they do. And you know what? Some of y'all spiritualists that y'all be, you know what I'm saying? Y'all be wanting y'all money. You know what? My spirits don't let cases like if you had a bad case that was meant to make me sick or just or kill me or do anything, my spirits would not allow me to do work for you. So I trust my spirits through and through. I would never, like, when you think about it, it makes no sense for you not to trust your spirits and your spirit guides, because how many times have they proven that you can trust them? How many times have they proven to you? So they don't have nothing to prove to nobody. They've already done it. Okay, you got to prove it to yourself, and walk with that. Okay, sometimes I get angry, boy, because I pay all my bills. I be like, man, I want to get some extra money so I can do this and do that. And spirits will say, well, it's definitely coming, but you straight. You're straight. You're definitely straight. And some of y'all are delayed but not denied. But I think that it's something about July. July. Something about July. To me, as a witch, I like to live like it's always October. I love the month of October. I was born in June, but for some reason I love the month of October and November. Just those last 3 months of the year. Oh my God, joy. Joy. I love the last 3 months of the year. I don't know what it is. I think it's got something to do with I don't know everything that's going on. And I think that with that sun and stuff, like y'all don't know how lucky we are to be getting all this rain because they are up there tinkering. They're tinkering with stuff. Okay, they are. And you can be the target. You can absolutely be the target depending on your astrological, depending on your natal chart. And then also your parents' natal chart. When I think about my grandmother, Lena Briscoe, she was so powerful that my grandmother was actually she was protecting all of us. I think that's what a lot of people took for granted when she died. She protected everybody and she knew about astrology. So there would be times when my grandmother she would just be sitting there meditating right in front of me. And y'all remember when I told y'all that for some reason, my grandmother, she knew exactly what I needed. And she was always working on me, but she was never working on me to do harm to me. She was always working on, making things better for me. So that's why my grandmother is so important to me. Because she was doing high magic and I didn't even know it. I didn't even realize that my grandmother was doing things and she didn't like my grandmother never I don't remember my grandmother ever lighting candles. She was an Aquarius, so everything that she did with her mind primarily. And she would have all of these different hourglasses around her house. Like she would just have them sitting on the table, different types of, Art Deco types of hourglasses. And for some reason, if I would ever feel some type of way, I would go in the living room, or if I was feeling, and you know what, I'm going to be honest with you. I never had anxiety when I lived with my grandmother. Never. Ain't that ironic? Soon as me and my mama moved in together, as soon as we moved out of my mother's house and moved into her place. What the heck is this my computer doing? Hold on, where my glasses at? Okay, I lose these glasses about 10 times a day. I think my computer's trying to do an update. No, restart it another time. We're not ready for all of that. Okay, guys, I'm back. So I didn't even realize it, and I think that our parents have to stop saying, "Oh, that stuff is not real. It's hogwash. It's actually very real. Everything that I talk about." So y'all can, like I said, getting those natal readings and looking at your chart now, like when you were born. All of the hope and the promise in the world was there. But what happened? What happened? What really happened? What really happened to our parents? Do they even know? Do they even know? Do most of them have any idea what it is exactly that we're dealing with? No, they don't. They tell you to go get a Bible and pray. That's what they tell you to do. They don't, and pray, Prey, means run around here like a bunch of rats trying to find a piece of cheese. And that is no, like that is not how things were supposed to be. I'm just telling y'all, we are all very rich and abundant on this earth. All of us are. So the people that don't feel that, they're going to prey on other people. They're going to pray, Prey. They're going to pray. That's what that word means. Pray. Okay? They're going to prey on others. Okay? Now, if you go tell somebody to go think, that's a different thing. That's what they'll tell you. Oh, go pray. Well, no, tell that person to go think. because that energy is just going to make them start to do that, and it's never going to change. I'm never going to change my mind ever. I will be this way until the day that I leave this reality and go to another one. I will always say the same thing, even when I come back. Good Lord. I will always say the same thing, that there will always be hope for humanity. There will always be hope for society, but people have to be able to see it. People have to start to think straight. A lot of people are not doing that. So, you know, how am I doing my planetary cleanses? Um, sure, I'll definitely go into detail about that. I've been talking about it a little bit, but I actually, with a candle and meditation, and then on Friday, it's something that goes up there and starts to bang on my Venus. So every Friday, every Thursday, I'm gonna give y'all a little hint. I travel up there. And even though that damn thing thinks I can't see it, I can see it. So I do a lot of the work that I do is meditation and astral travel. So that's actually how I do you guys' cleanses. That's how I do all the work for you. I have to go into the etheric realm now. Is the heavens, is the universe the etheric realm? It's a form of it, but there's many different. There's so many different gateways and portals, so many different ones. So, but on Thursday and Friday, I have to go up there and knock something off of my damn Venus because it's constantly trying to tinker with it for some reason. Maybe it was some humanoid that made a deal with an alien. Who knows? I know I go up there and I ain't afraid to go up there. There's some people that are afraid of astral travel. I'm not afraid of it. I've been doing it since I was a kid. I've been doing it since I was a kid. And if you had like kind of a traumatic experience as a child, you probably did wander in your mind a lot. And it was important for you to do that. That was why that was happening to you. You were supposed to do that. You were supposed to make all of these discoveries. And then some people just haven't. And those people are, in fact, still out there preying upon others. And it makes no sense. Okay. So, but yeah, I will come back and go into more detail. It's actually going to be a ritual that I'm going to put up on Etsy today. I've been so busy yesterday. I had to clean up. I was cleaning for hours. I think I cleaned up for like maybe 8 hours yesterday. I just said, I am getting this done. I don't care what happens. And I've had a lot of energy too. I've noticed since I've started doing my planetary cleanse that my energy has been very good. I have not felt drained. And I haven't felt drained in a while, but I felt like they began to try other ways of doing it. So I think that both are happening at the same time. And when you get past all of that chaos and when you get past all of that, then you have that epiphany to where you're like, somebody up there fucking with my planets and I got to do something about it. Okay? And it ain't no Mercury in retrograde. That's an illusion. That is an illusion. Okay? It's something out there that is messing with us. So, you know. Anyway, guys, I gotta go. Rest in peace to that little baby. But like I said, I have a feeling that she's gonna come back real. When something happens to little babies and children, they typically come back really fast. With Gabriel Fernandez, he has not reincarnated yet. He is not, because I believe that he's been doing work in the spirit realm. So he's a little baby angel, that literally touched everybody's heart. Like, I don't care what nobody says, that story of that little boy will forever just be ingrained in my head. And the fact that he was so strong and powerful, even years beyond that, it's a miracle. You know what I'm saying? Because I would have never even known about him. I didn't even hear anything about him. I had just had my baby. when all of that stuff was going down. And I think he would be 15 years old. He just had a birthday that passed. Um, so I do feel that it is going to be a positive, but I think that you have to make it a positive. And if you can't find a way to make it positive, then somebody is covering up your light. Everybody has that light at the end of the tunnel. Sometimes you can barely see it. It's just like a little dot. It's like you in a dark tunnel, and you're going forwards. Some of y'all moving slower than others. That light starts to get bigger and bigger until you realize that you are out of that tunnel, that dark place. And then that's when you can say, oh, okay, well then that's why this happened and that happened and this other thing happened, because it was meant to lead me here. And why did I waste so much time being stuck on that other thing that I wanted to happen, but it wasn't meant for it to happen? So then you just have to accept it, you know? What? You don't see that comment? What comment? Anyway, y'all, I gotta go though, because I'm hungry. It's time for me to eat something. So I will see y'all later. I hope that y'all have a wonderful moon day. I got a couple of readings scheduled. I do have a few openings today. So I love doing my readings on Mondays. It's just something about the Monday readings. So you guys know where you can reach me in case you want a reading or a consultation. Also make sure that you guys do your protection. Okay, you always do your protection on a moon day. Okay, just do it for the whole week. And whatever ritual that you have to say, just do it. I'm telling you, on a Monday. I don't know what it is about those Mondays, but you definitely need to do it. Preferably, because I did all my protection. I did my protection yesterday, but I'm about to make a milk offering to the wolves because I work with the wolf for protection. Yes, I do. It's very necessary. And my sisters actually bought me a wolf statuette. So I've been using that to make offerings. I give them milk. And then I also got some pound cake. Because I've been meaning to give Saint Expeditus his pound cake, but I'm a do it today because we're actually having strawberry shortcake for dessert tonight. I'm making some meatloaf today. So that's going to be delicious. So I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. Peace and love and light to all of y'all. And I'll see y'all next time. All right. Bye.